Highest peak of travel starts today and runs through next Tuesday at Charlotte Douglas. Nearly 1 million people are expected to pass through the airport terminals to head to destinations around the world. Just last Friday, American Airlines had a tech glitch and that affected bookings, check-ins, and bag tagging, causing some major delays for passengers. New technology might help streamline the process, though. The airline is now using a program called Connect Assist, which will inform airline employees if you find yourself with a quick turnaround to your connecting flight. It'll notify pilots and ground crews of any short turnaround times.
It's a very focused technology looking for a certain type of customers, and important identifying those. There's a lot of longer delays than that. These are short customers that are in their connection, and we're thinking ahead of them in order to get them on the airplane with their bags.
So the hope here is this will give travelers a better shot at making their flights.
If you're headed things to remember: check your flight status before you arrive. You can check wait times for security checkpoints, and your real ID is a real thing now. So make sure you have that on hand or your passport.